Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Shaunneka and today I will be guiding you through a yin yoga sequence for the upper body while incorporating twist. So if you're feeling a little low energy, maybe you're in a slump, or maybe you feel like you're coming down with something or you have a cold, doing upper body stretches is a really great way to not only open things up and get things moving, but it helps to break things up, if you get what I'm saying. It helps to relieve tension in that area. So I myself feel like I might be coming down with something, so I am drinking my bone broth. Maybe you're gonna drink some tea, get into some comfy clothes. I hope you enjoy the practice today, and I will see you on the mat. So starting in a melting heart today, finding a tabletop position. And we're going to walk our arms out forward, and normally we bring our arms out forward and wide into more of a V shape. You're welcome to take that variation today. But for today, I'm actually going to bring my arms parallel. You have the option to cross the ankles behind you and gently melt the chest and the chin to the floor. Last few breaths here. Last two breaths. Nice big inhale. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And let it go. From here, we'll come into a melting heart with a twist. So you're just going to prop up onto your forearms, take that right arm, weave it underneath the left, and bring the right temple to the floor. Trying to draw that right shoulder away from the ear. Last few breaths here. The last two. Nice big inhale. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. Staying nice and low, we're going to switch to the other side. Right arm comes out in front. And the left arm weaves underneath, drawing the shoulder away from the ear. Bring the left temple to the mat. And you can also place your temple on top of the right palm if that feels good. Last few breaths here. Take our last two breaths, a nice big inhale. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And let it go. Gently come back to center. And come all the way down onto your belly. So bringing your arms out in front of you, palms face up, bringing your forehead to the floor. Just taking a few breaths here before we continue. Nice deep belly breaths. Gently from here, lift the gaze, and we'll prop ourselves up for Sphinx. So shoulders are in line with your elbows. You can bring your feet just about as wide as your mat, and everything below the waist is nice and relaxed, so you're not tensing or squeezing your glutes. Everything is soft. You can bring your palms out in front of you, or you can bring your hands to prayer, whichever one feels best. And then what you want to do is pull the skin of your elbow back, and you'll notice your chest comes through just a little bit more. Try not to strain the neck, so finding a nice balanced position for the neck. Also noticing if you're squeezing or tensing your pelvic floor. Try to relax. Feel free to do a few neck rolls, really trying to exaggerate the movement. And remembering to switch directions. So coming into our last few breaths here, you can stay here, or you can make your way into seal, taking your palms and spreading your fingertips to the top two corners of your mat. Push into your palms and straighten the arms, lifting the forearms off the mat. Again, everything below the waist is nice and soft. Let's take our last two breaths here. And on every inhale, really thinking about bringing that breath right up underneath your armpits. Inhale. And let it go. One more. Inhale. exhale. Gently lowering all the way down onto the belly. Bring your arms out in front of you again, palms face up. Just take a few breaths here. Gently, let's lift the gaze. Push into the palms. Coming up, find a tabletop. Walk your feet in. And just take a few cat-cow or shimmy the hips from side to side if you need it. Maybe finding a child's pose for a few breaths. That was a lot of upper body. Going to neutralize the spine a bit. So if you're in child's pose or you're taking some movement in tabletop, we'll all meet back in tabletop and bring that right knee forward. We're setting ourselves up for swan. So you're bringing your right knee behind your right wrist and your right foot behind the left. Extending that left leg all the way back. Look over your shoulder. Make sure your leg is actually behind you. And then something that I always like to do is I take my thumb onto the belly of my calf and I just move my calf, the skin of my calf forward. Just makes it more comfortable. And of course, if your right hip doesn't come to the floor, you can place a block or a blanket there. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale. We're going to extend that right arm forward and weave the left arm through. So continuing with the twist, the theme of a twist, and you can also place your left temple on top of your right hand. Or you can bring it around and behind, whichever one feels better. So we're going to transition to the other side. Bringing your right arm back down in front of you And unraveling the left arm from out underneath, trying to stay nice and low. Extending the left arm out in front of you this time, and weaving the right arm underneath. Very gently unravel here, staying nice and low. We'll take our last 2 breaths here. Nice big inhale. And sigh it out. One more. And let it go. Gently push back up onto your palms. Tuck your left toes under. Draw your left knee in. So much so until you can gently bring your right knee back. Just take a moment. You can sway the hips from side to side. Really just feeling all that tension melt in that right side. Like it's being washed away. We'll prep for the same thing on the other side. So this time you're stepping your left knee behind the left wrist. And you're shimmying your right leg back as much as is comfortable, looking over your shoulder. Make sure the leg is behind you. And then again, I take my thumb and I just move the fleshy part of my calf forward. Inhale to square off the hips. And exhale. Extending the left arm forward and weaving the right arm underneath. Again, you have the option to place the right temple on top of the left palm, if that feels good, or maybe bring it around onto your low back. Getting ready to transition to the other side, staying nice and low. You're going to bring that left arm out in front of you. Gently unravel the right arm. Extend the right arm out in front of you. And then weave the left arm underneath the right. And again, you can bring your left temple and place it on top of the right arm. And right away, I'm noticing how impossible this feels on this side. Bring the arms to center. We'll take our last 2 breaths here. Nice big inhale. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And let it go. Gently pushing up onto your palms. Lean your weight into your left hip. Swing that right leg forward. And come to lay all the way down onto your back. You can gently move the hips from side to side. Or extending your legs straight down onto the mat for your Shavasana. It might help to dig or push both elbows into the floor. Pick up your chest, draw your shoulders down and away from the ears, and then set yourself back down onto the mat. Slowly beginning to open the eyes, wiggle the fingers, the toes, rotating the ankles, the wrists. Reach the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, nice long body stretch. And on the exhale, let it go. Bend the knees one by one, rolling over onto your side. Cradle the head in the upper arm. And then very gently from here, pushing yourself all the way up to a seat. The eyes closed and the hands at heart center. Just humbly bow your chin in towards your chest. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope the upper body is feeling more open. Hope you're feeling a little bit more invigorated with those twists and all that upper body work. If you did enjoy it, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share it with friends and family. It does go a long way. And I will see you back here again soon for another practice.